What's the worst advice that actually saved your life? My Uncle Dave cornered me at my cousin's wedding and slurred, "Kid, you're making a huge mistake marrying Sarah. She's got crazy eyes and her family's broke. You could do so much better." I laughed it off because Dave was 3 whiskeys deep and known for saying inappropriate things at family events. But his words stuck with me in a weird way. Sarah and I had been engaged for 8 months. Everything seemed perfect on the surface. She was beautiful, charming, and everyone loved her. But Dave's drunken observation made me start noticing things I'd been ignoring. Sarah always steered conversations away from her past, got defensive when I asked about her previous relationships, and had this habit of checking my phone when she thought I wasn't looking. The real wake-up call came 2 weeks before our wedding. I was picking up my tux when the tailor mentioned how nice it was that my fiancé had come in to adjust another groom's suit the day before. Sarah had told me she was at her bachelorette party that day. When I casually asked her about it, she got flustered and changed the subject. That night, I did something I'd never done before. I went through her phone while she was in the shower. What I found destroyed me. Months of text messages with her ex-boyfriend Marcus, talking about how she wasn't sure about marrying me, how she still had feelings for him, and worst of all, plans to meet up with him after our honeymoon to figure things out. There were also messages with her sister discussing how my salary would help pay off Sarah's credit card debt, which she'd never mentioned to me. Her sister had written, "Just get through the first year of marriage, then you can decide what to do about Marcus." I confronted her the next morning. Sarah broke down and admitted everything. She'd been seeing Marcus on and off throughout our engagement, had racked up $40,000 in debt I knew nothing about, and had been planning to use our joint bank account to pay it off after the wedding. She claimed she loved me, but was confused about her feelings. The hardest part was calling everyone to cancel the wedding. We'd already paid for the venue, catering, flowers, everything. I lost about $15,000 in deposits, but it was better than losing my entire future to someone who saw marriage as a financial solution rather than a commitment. Sarah tried to win me back for months, showing up at my apartment, calling my friends, even having her mother contact me. She claimed she'd ended things with Marcus and wanted to start fresh, but the trust was completely gone. 6 months later, I found out through mutual friends that Sarah had gotten back together with Marcus immediately after our breakup. They'd moved in together and she was pregnant. Apparently, she'd been hoping I'd take her back so she could have financial stability while carrying his child. Uncle Dave, despite being a mess himself, had somehow seen right through Sarah's act. His inappropriate drunken comment had planted a seed of doubt that ultimately saved me from making the biggest mistake of my life. At the next family gathering, I thanked him. He didn't even remember saying it, but he just shrugged and said, "Sometimes it takes a drunk to see what sober people miss." Now I'm with Emma, who's honest, independent, and actually loves me for who I am, not what I can provide. Dave's terrible advice was actually the best advice I never asked for.